to build our files, and we are making our selection canvas assignment. So we're going to start off in Photoshop, and we're going to open up. What I like to do is start with my hero image and make it my base that I work off of. I make everything out of my hero image. Okay, so I'm going to open that up. Now again, I don't want you to follow me what I'm doing. I just really want you to watch, because I don't want you to get lost. I want you to really watch what I'm doing. Okay? All right, so I'm going to do a Command O. Command O is open, and it says, hey, you want to open something? Great. What do you want to open? And so I'm going to go to my folder. You're going to go to your #1 folder inside your GD folder, right? First assignment folder, where you just put all of your photos. So I've got a bunch of photos that I have over here, and I'm going to go through them and try to pick one that will open. Let me see here. Come on now. Why won't you open any of these up for me? That's really odd. Huh. Well, the other way around that is to go to that folder. Let me see. Graphic design. Here we go. Here we go. Selection. And there's all my images. So, let me do a quick review. This is where we are eventually going. We're going to go to here, where we're going to have a hero image. Then we're going to have 4 supporting images around it. Then we're going to have a central or another image that we're going to cut out and place it, make a selection around it. Okay? My hero image is 8 by 8. My little side images are 2.5 by 2.5. So this is eventually where we're going. Okay? So again, let's try with a new image. So let's do no, that's not a good one for square format. I had another motorcycle. There he is, right there. So the jumper. So I'm going to go with that one. So I'm going to open him up. There it is. The first thing I need to do is we're going to adjust the size. And where do I adjust the size? Anybody remember where I go? Not crop. I'm going to go to image. I'm going to go to image. So if I go up towards the top in the menu bar, I'm going to go to image. And from there, I go to image size. What do you see just below image size? Canvas size. Now, we're going to go there in a minute and talk about it. But right now, we're just worried about image size. So I go to image size, and it pulls up this dialog box right here. Okay. And if I zoom in on that so you guys can see it, it gives me lots of great information. It gives me information about how big the file is, the physical file. It's 103 megs. Then it talks about the dimensions of the file, the width and the height. This is a pretty big file. It's 26 inches big, 26 by 15. And it also gives me the resolution. What is the resolution that we want our images to be, all of them? Huh? 300, that's right. We want the images to be 300 dpi. Well, that resolution is 300. So I don't have to worry about that. So we're good there. Okay? So now I just need to adjust. This is going to be my hero. What size do I say I want the hero? 8 inches. No, not 10 by 10. That's the canvas size. The hero image, if you look at the assignment that I gave you, it will say on it. Make it 8 by 8. Okay, so if you'll notice here where it says width and height, do you see this little symbol right here? Kind of looks like a chain link. What that means is those two things, the width and the height, are tied together. And any adjustment that you make to one of these measurements is going to proportionally affect the other one. So what you need to do is take the smallest image, the smallest dimension. That's the one you need to change to 8, because I'm going to shrink it, right? Because 15 is larger than 8. So I'm going to shrink it to 8. Well, if I take the 26 and I make it 8, what size do you think the 15 is going to be? Is it going to be 8? No, it'll be less. It'll be too small. So if I change it, watch. I go 8, it makes it 4.5. Well, that's too small. I can't do that. So I don't have enough image there. So I need to take the smallest dimension and make it 8. And then it automatically adjusts the other dimension, which is 14, which is great. It means I have plenty of image to crop. So I got that set. It's 300 dpi. We're good to go. I say, okay. And there's my new image. It's been adjusted. Now I know that the height of this image is exactly 8 inches, which is great. That's what I want. Okay. So now all I need to do is crop that image because it's 300 dpi and it's 8 inches high. What is the shortcut key? Mr. Castillo, do you remember? What is the shortcut key for the crop tool? You're close. It's not control. We don't use any control or command, but it is the letter C. So yes, C. You are correct, sir. C, senor. See what I did there? Bad joke. Sorry. So if I come over here to the toolbar, if you go down about 4, I think it's 5 down, there's the crop tool. So I can either select it there or I can just hit the letter C. And now I have the crop tool. Now, along with that, I talked about up here at the top of our document, not the menu bar, but just underneath it, this gray area right across here. Do you see that up there? What did I call that bar that goes all the way across there? Anybody remember? That bar is called the option bar or the information bar. And so what it does is it shows you information based on the tool that you're using and what you have selected. So what tool do I have? What tool is that? Crop tool. So right here happens to be information about the crop tool. These are presets. These are commonly used sizes. Or I can just manually make it whatever size I want. But one of these common sizes is right here. It's a 1-to-1. That means the horizontal and the vertical are identical. Well, if the horizontal and the vertical are identical on a rectangle, that makes that rectangle a what?
Square.
A square. And we want 8 by 8 square. So that's the one I'm going to take. So that constrains the proportion to be exactly a square. So if I know the height is 8 inches, and it's a square, and this goes all the way from the top to the bottom, and I know that it's a square, that means that the horizontal length is 8 inches. So it's all the work is done. Now all I have to do is just move the motorcycle, slide it left and right until I get it to where I want it inside of the, you can kind of see the window of where it's going to crop it. You get it where you want it, and when everything is set, then you simply hit the return key on your computer, and bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle. There you go. You've got your base image done. There's my hero right there. Now at this point, it's a good idea to save it, but you don't want to just save it. Anybody know why? Why wouldn't I just want to save this? So here's the reason why. Remember, I just opened up my raw image and then I cropped it. So if I just save it, it's going to change that raw image. We don't ever want to lose that. I want to keep it fresh. So I don't do a save. I do a save as. So I come up here to the top to File, and I'll come down. You'll notice there's Save, and look what's right next to it. Save As. So I go to Save As. And because I'm building everything off of this, I'm going to change the name of it. Don't use the same name or you'll do the same thing. I'm going to call it Selection Assignment. And I'm going to save it as a TIFF because we're working on it. I'm not done with it. And I'm going to make sure, look, it's going into my Selection Canvas folder. That's perfect. That's exactly where I want it to go. You're going to make sure it goes into your number 1 Selection Canvas folder, okay? For that first project in your graphic design folder. And you say, okay, save it, and there you go. Now you've got your image. You still have your raw image, and now you've got your new base work that you're going to build. So I'm going to go one step further. Let me make sure we got time. Yep. One step further, and then I'm going to pause and let you guys work. So now we got our base image. Let's do one of the little guys. So I need to open. How do I tell the computer to open? What do I do? Command O. And it says, hey, you want to open something? Okay, what do you want to open? Takes me back to that folder. And I'm going to look, and I'm going to choose, let's say, let's do, I don't know, I had another motorcycle in here somewhere. There, the Yamaha. We'll do that one right there, okay? And I'm going to say open. So, again, what's the first thing I need to do? Change the image size. So where do I do that, Daniel? Where do I change the image size? Yep, I go up to the menu, up here to the menu, go to image, and then where do I go? Image size, that's right. Brings up the dialog box. Wow, check that one out. That's a big file too. 22 inches. But I don't want 22. Which one's the smallest? The width or the height? The height. So which one am I going to change to 8?
The height always the smallest.
Always the smallest. That's the height on this one. So I change it to, what is it that we wanted now? We don't want 8 inches. What are the secondary images? 2.5. 2.5. And then look, it adjusts the top one to 375. That's great. I got plenty of image. What's my resolution supposed to be? 300. That's correct. And then I say, okay. And there it is. Changed it. Adjusted. Now I know the height is 2.5 inches. Do the letter C. Get the crop tool. Now this time I'm going to have to draw it. So I come all the way to the top. And I click and I drag all the way down. And let go. There we go. There's my cropped area. Again, now all I have to do is move the motorcycle to where I think it looks good. I like him coming on to the picture, not going away from it. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now, where I have it where I want, now what do I do? Hit the what key? Return key. And it crops it for me. There it is. So now I've got this tab, which is the image I just made, and I have the hero tab over here, the big one, okay? How do I get it over like this to look like I got the image together? Well, copy and paste. Yeah, very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a selection tool. The marquee tool is a selection tool. Type the letter M. Now, I'm just going to come up above, and I'm going to draw a selection all the way to the bottom. And now you can see the marching ants there. They go all the way around the image. Okay? That tells me I've got a selection all the way around it. Then I do a Command C for copy. Come over up to the top here. Go to this other tab. Now I'm on this file. How do I paste it? Command what? Command V, not P. V. V for paste. Copy is C. V is paste. And there it is. Now I can just kind of get my move tool. And now I can move it around. where I want it to be. Now I can't take it over the edge there because why? Who knows why? Canvas size. That's right. My canvas size is too small. This is the last thing I'm going to show you, and I'm going to stop and move on. Okay, so I need to change the canvas size. Where was that canvas size? Where was that? Underneath image size. That's right. So I come up to the top, go to image, go below image size to canvas size. It brings up that dialog box. What size did I say I want the overall image to be?
10 by 10.
10 by 10. So I'm going to type in 10. Now these aren't locked. These aren't linked together. So you got to do both of them. You got to do both the width and the height. And from here I can tell it where I want it to grow from. I can grow from the left, grow from the right. I want it to grow out from the center so it grows evenly all the way around. And I want the background to be white. I can choose my background here if I wanted to. I can choose all kinds, but I'm just going to go with white. I say OK, and there you go. Now I can grab my little motorcycle dude here, and I can bring him up. Now, another thing, remember, when I copy and paste, it automatically makes a new layer for everything that you paste into it. So they're all on separate layers, so that's nice. All right,